Welcome to the Herd's official YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Colin Cowherd podcast, all of our NFL instant reactions, and more football content.
All right, here we go. The Herd hierarchy on a Tuesday.
Herd hierarchy.
Time is now. Let's go.
The top 10 NFL teams according to Colin. Number 10.
Well, the Buffalo Bills are 5-0 when James Cook rushes for 100 yards. He rushed for 100 yards. Josh Allen only had to throw the ball 19 times. I don't think they're very good against the run. Their pass defense is fine, but they're a very good team. It's a long season. I like their O-line, their run game. Josh Allen, they could probably use another receiving piece against the better defenses like Kansas City. But they're back in the top 10. Number 10.
Number 9.
New England beat them. I'll put New England 9. You know, New England is the only team since the 50s. First 8 games, they haven't allowed a running back 50-plus yards. So Vrabel made them tougher, better against the run. And let's just be totally frank here. Drake Maye looks like a top 6-7 quarterback in the league. He may not be, but he's completing 75% of his throws, and his passer rating's 119. So the numbers say he is. Again, I think they need another weapon. I like the running back room. They're good enough. Hunter Henry at tight end. But this is about coaching and an exploding young star at quarterback. Don't think they're a Super Bowl team, but I have them at 9.
Number 8.
Broncos are a little inconsistent for me. I do think Sean Payton is coaching Bo Nix. He wants him to throw the ball down the field more, and sometimes it gets ugly. But here's the numbers you have to think of. This team has allowed the fewest sacks in the NFL and has 10 more sacks than anybody in the NFL. That travels. Denver's not going anywhere. It's why I think they're one of the few teams that matches up with Kansas City. You can't get to Bo Nix, and they get to your quarterback. Denver at 8.
Number 7.
Bucs are all beat up. I put them at 7 mostly because they have a veteran quarterback and Bo Nix is a kid. They're all beat up offensively, but they are still 20-plus yards down the field. Baker's the best quarterback in the league. They have been outgained in 4 straight games, so there's a little fool's gold when they get into these winning streaks. They're not pretty. They're all banged up, but I think we all acknowledge at number 7 feels about right.
Number 6.
The Rams, they went and got a corner from Tennessee. I may have them a little low. Highest overall grade and highest graded offense in the NFL, according to PFF. Now, they have one of the last pocket quarterbacks. So if you can get to Matt Stafford, that's the key. And their O-line is good. I don't think it's great. They lead the NFL in big pass plays. Even when Puka was gone, they brought in a 4th tight end. Smart coach, great quarterback. They don't move the pocket a ton. So sometimes Stafford, if pro-pass protection regresses, that he can feel a little bit like a sitting duck, but they're allowing an NFL low 10 touchdowns through the season. So it's just hard to get into the end zone against the Rams. I have them at 6.
Number 5.
The Lions, again, a pocket quarterback. Goff can be a sitting duck at times. I think the Rams and the Lions have very, very good rosters. I think the Lions have better offensive personnel. The Rams have better defensive personnel. 4 of their 5 wins have come by double digits. They are really special at home. They're okay on the road. And by the way, their schedule is pretty weak going forward for the next month, so they'll keep posting W's.
Number 4.
Green Bay. Jordan Love. Folks, I don't want to hear that he's ascending. He's a star. Arm, mobility, talent. And their defense allowed the fewest big plays this season. They're just really well coached and really well run everywhere. They're still really young. They're still figuring some things out. They still have really clunky halves of offensive football, but we got to get over that Jordan Love is rising and Jordan Love is ascending. No, not. He's top 5, 6 dude. Jordan Love's great, period, end of sentence.
Number 3.
I don't know what the heck to do with the Colts. Only lost to the Rams, and they outplayed them at SoFi, and they've gotten better since then, maybe by a touchdown. I mean, I think teams now are quitting against them. They are so physically dominant. It's the best offensive line, along with Detroit, I've seen. They're mashing people. They're just dominating people. Pittman and Pierce and Warren and Jonathan Taylor. You have to sign Daniel Jones to an extension. I don't know if they're the 3rd best team, But all the numbers tell you they're squashing people. It's like physically, they're just stepping on people. I'll put them at 3 for now.
Number 2.
Philadelphia's got more big game experience. A.J. Brown didn't play. Shocker. Best performance of the year. I think Philadelphia gets a nod over Indy because they've got more guys that have played in big games. And as we get closer to Thanksgiving, that stuff matters. So they're 6-0 when Saquon Barkley gets 15-plus touches. I have a recommendation. Give Saquon Barkley 15-plus touches, Philly at 2.
Number 1.
I don't even think Kansas City played that great last night. I thought it was a B-, C-plus performance, and they still won by 3 touchdowns. I said this a few weeks ago. They haven't had this kind of offensive talent. Rashee Rice, clear number 1. Worthy, clever number 2. Juju, perfect 3. Travis Kelce, Gray, excellent tight end production. O-line still missing people. But again, one of the reasons I have KC 1 and Philly 2, big game experience. That stuff matters on 4th down. That stuff matters in the red zone. I have Seattle at 11, the Chargers at 12. Again, I don't know what in the world to do with the Colts. I don't see him in the Super Bowl. You ever see that guy that pulls into the driveway after work? Maybe it's the wife, and they stay in the car for like 15 minutes. They're not on their phone. They're just sitting there. They don't really want to go inside. Yeah, I feel like that's Steeler fans. According to multiple stories I've read over the last day, Packers-Steelers game felt like a neutral site. That many of the best seats were Packer fans. Those are season ticket holders for the Steelers bailing, taking the money. Steeler fans have every right to be frustrated as the league has pivoted to an offensive league, 7 straight seasons of a second to third tier offense, and they just don't take the quarterback position seriously. It's a responsibility to go to a Steelers game, but do you really love it? Green Bay Packer fans had many of the best seats in this game. And fans want to feel optimistic, not only about Sunday, but the future. The New York Giants aren't very good. But between Scadaboo and Jackson Dart, I mean, they're going to renew their season tickets the minute they can. I mean, the Steelers, you can't fool diehard fans, and you can't fool Vegas. Right now, the Baltimore Ravens at 2-5 are favored to win the division and should be. So, again, I've been saying this for years and years. You will show me what matters to you in life. Where are you actionable? Since Big Ben tore a ligament at 37 years old, their answer at quarterback has been Kenny Pickett, who I was told by a general manager with multiple Super Bowl trophies was a bottom 3rd round prospect. And their other answer was Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not blaming Aaron. He's been about as good as you can be walking into a defensive culture that didn't do anything right for the last 7 years offensively. So on Sunday night, I said this yesterday, they got outclassed. The Packers, progressive, smart, offensive coach, draft and develop, spend their money wisely. Pittsburgh, once again, most expensive defense, and now they can't tackle. So here's Mike Tomlin trying to fix, again this year, the offensive issues.
You know, we all have to own it. Certainly you start with the schematics, man, because, you know, that's the leadership component of it. And certainly we'll be looking at everything that we're doing, man, because some of these problems are somewhat repetitive and we're not getting better fast enough.
Said this, the Rams had a quarterback that got them to a Super Bowl, and they upgraded. The Niners had Garoppolo, got them to a Super Bowl, upgraded. The Chiefs had Alex Smith, getting you to the playoffs, upgraded. Those quarterbacks were all good. And the offensive coaches are like, not good enough. I mean, Russell Wilson, Denver, you could win games with Sean Payton. Like, not good enough. Mike Tomlin, I mean, remember this offseason? We're like, is Aaron playing? Who's he playing for? There was just no urgency. That's not how offensive coaches act. So I feel like Steeler fans, a little like the guy in the driveway that's not coming into the house. It's not special. There's a responsibility to get in there eventually, help with the kids. But it doesn't feel like love anymore. It feels like a responsibility. And to give away great seats to the Packers because the Packers are optimistic. because they draft their quarterback 3 years before he's going to play. Packer fans are always optimistic. Here's J-Mac with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
All right, Colin, let's start with the San Francisco 49ers. Your guy, Mac Jones, was not very good against Houston. Listen, we knew the wheels were going to come off. Enter Brock Purdy. He missed his 4th straight game against Houston with that toe injury. But Kyle Shanahan met with the media yesterday, and interestingly, he's like tiptoeing around whether or not Purdy's going to play. I don't get it. Let me know what you think about Kyle Shanahan, his chances on Purdy playing this week.
It's too early to say. I don't think it's a long shot, but I know he's doing better. And we'll see how he's doing Wednesday. Hopefully, if he's doing good, he'll get in some reps.
Well, I think he's got a really good backup. I thought Mac Jones actually made some great throws, one for a touchdown, one down to about the 1 yard line. But the truth was that offensive line's not very good. And Houston's one of those teams that on any Sunday can outplay you and make your life miserable. I thought Houston was one of my picks. I thought Houston was in a really good spot. So I think, listen, here's the good news. Mac Jones is probably the best backup quarterback in the league right now.
He's up there.
And so why risk Purdy? What's the point? Get 100%.
Well, it is interesting because the Giants have a good pass rush this week. That's the opponent. It hasn't been as great as we thought it would be. That being said, you got to win this game if you're the Niners, right? Seattle's moving. They may not face Jaden Daniels this week. You can't keep falling behind. The Rams are 2 touchdown favorites against the Saints. And by the way, hold on. Niners next week, Colin, the rematch with the Rams. Remember that win on Thursday night? They play again next week. So maybe they save Purdy for that.
J-Mac, you always say that when I'm on a heater, I don't give you any clues. I like the Niners minus 2.5.
I don't know why is it still 2.5? Why isn't this 3? I think there's going to be 3.5.
Well,
the Giants are bad. Scadaboo's done.
If you looked at Sean McDermott off a bye, why did the Buffalo Panthers line, why wasn't it different? I mean, there's sometimes you're trying to get, a sports book, they're trying to get equal play on both sides. Everything told you the Bills would win, but the line was kind of relatively competitive. This is one of my picks so far. I like the Niners in this spot.
Interesting. I'm largely with you. I don't know what the Giants are at this point. Like with Scadaboo out, did you see how down Jackson Dart was after he left?
Of course.
He gave him his headbutt. That's his boy.
Also, if you look at Jackson Dart's completion percentage, he's had great plays and great moments. He's not consistent. I mean, we can all, talk about the quarterbacks that are young, but Jackson is a rookie. And Robert Saleh is one of the best defensive coordinators in football. This is not going to be a great week for Jackson Dart.
Well, hold on, timeout. C.J. Stroud, I watched that closely because I was loaded up on the Texans. Stroud beat them with his legs. The Niners have trouble with these quarterbacks who could scramble. Baker Mayfield, remember in Tampa. I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous. I'm with you on the Niners largely, but there are some lingering issues for San Fran. Next up, Detroit Lions. They are coming out of their bye week at 5-2. They are big favorites against the Vikings this week. And also, Dan Campbell says they haven't even played up to their potential.
I really believe we hadn't played our best ball yet collectively, in all 3 phases. And that's really what we're trying to get to here, man, is, how can we sharpen ourselves? We know it's going to take every phase, every game's different, and one unit may have to pick up the slack, but, man, we need to start playing complete ball across the board and just keep improving.
Yeah, well, it takes time for everybody. They're good. They're a top 10 team. I mean, they've spent their money on the right spots, pass rushers, weapons. They're good. I think, there was a fear, and I was way into this, that the window closed without Ben Johnson. Offense is fine. O-line's fine. Running game's great. Goff is leading the league in a couple of categories. They're fine.
Are they? Yeah. I mean, Colin, again, I get it. You look on the surface, 5-2. Oh my gosh, leading the division. They're great. You start to drill down a little bit. Oh, let's see the good teams they've played. So they get smashed in the opener by the Packers.
Okay.
They go to Kansas City and get worked by the Chiefs. Again, this same deal with the Chiefs, man. You were all excited. They haven't punted in the first half, last 3 games. I mean, they're playing bad teams. So, if you really want to drill down, that win over Baltimore, remember, at the time looked amazing.
Yeah.
Baltimore was beat up. I mean, like you could start to see the weaknesses for the Ravens. I look at that. Oh, you beat, the Cleveland Browns and you beat Jake Browning. Even that win over Tampa before the bye, Tampa was exhausted, injured. That was a layup for us.
Sounds like a lot of excuses. Detroit's pretty good. And I look at Detroit right now, take the Green Bay game out. It's week 1. Week 1 now is preseason. Nobody plays any starters.
Everybody's healthy, though.
Go week 2 on. It's a good team.
Okay, so let me ask you, who are the best 3 teams in the NFC? Not best. Who would you trust the most to get to the Super Bowl in the NFC right now?
Philadelphia.
What are you forgetting? Green Bay? Seattle? Rams?
No. Seattle makes way too many mistakes. They're too young, and they're just not buttoned up yet. It's Philadelphia.
Rams or Lions?
Depends on where the game's played. In Detroit, I'd take Detroit.
So Detroit could be 3 or 4 or 5 in the NFC.
Well, that's good enough. If you're in the top 3, you're in a good space. Buffalo
so they have the
year,
Vikings, by the way, this week.
They're going to smoke them.
J.J. McCarthy?
Smoke them.
It's a Viking season, by the way. At 3 and 4, they have Lamar on deck.
So it's very interesting when you live in Chicago, and everybody is so uptight about Caleb Williams. I saw another story today. Here's the headline. Caleb Williams is fine. Everybody relax. Well, fine's not the standard when, A, you hired the hottest offensive coach on the market. You upgraded your offensive line by $100 million. You've had the 3rd easiest schedule in the NFL, and the Packers now are surging. Fine is when you take your family out to dinner and the bill is like $48 and dinner's fine. It's not fine if it's the wedding anniversary and you spend $400 and the food is fine. That's not good enough. Listen, the numbers are really interesting. Through 7 games from last year to this year, one thing has improved dramatically. He is getting sacked half as much, and that's really important. Everything else is the same. Eberflus, Ben Johnson, maybe this is just what Caleb is. He holds the ball too long, right now longer than any quarterback in the league, and outside of the scripted opening drive, he's not very accurate. Maybe that's what he is. 2 staffs, multiple coaches, outside of the sacks coming down, which is important. He's the same guy. So if you take out the Dallas Cowboys game, which everybody scores on the Dallas Cowboys, got an 81 passer rating, 5 TDs, 4 picks. And you say, Colin, an 81 passer rating, that is fine. Will Levis had an 81 passer rating last year. Okay? So that is not fine. So again, he's a number 1 overall pick. They hired the hottest, most coveted offensive coach. They spent $100 million plus to upgrade the interior O-line. Wide receiver, tight end, excellent talent. Running back 2. Schedule easy, only getting harder. So the numbers are what they say they are. So kind of middle of the pack. And by the way, I don't think I'm being harsh. I tend to be a guy that's data-driven. Look at the numbers. So if you go to 7 games last year with a mess of a coaching staff, and the first 7 games this year, the numbers are all the same. He completes about 61% of his throws. I mean, it's not 52%, and the opening drive's been very impressive, but I'm not the only one saying this. Carson Palmer, I came on yesterday, and I said, I don't think he is a timing and rhythm quarterback, and I think it's a timing and rhythm offense and head coach. And here's what Carson Palmer said.
I just have yet to watch a game where I've seen him excel in the pocket and, drop back, go through his footwork, whether it's 5 steps, 1 hitch, 2 hitch, 3 hitch, and then extend the play. You're just seeing him get to the pocket, look around, and then escape. Just don't see the development there for the last couple of years. And I don't see a comfort level with Caleb's game within the pocket.
So the quarterback class he came out of, Jaden Daniels, boom, day 1, star. Drake Maye, year 2, start of the season, star. Bo Nix last year made the playoffs in the Mahomes-Herbert division. I don't think it takes that long. It's just my opinion. I do think by Thanksgiving of the second year, you're going to kind of see what people are. So we got a month to go. But if you look at the numbers last year and this year, one of the things I've always said is that what was your primary liability in college? Consistent accuracy. If that becomes your primary issue in the NFL, consistent accuracy, then that's what you are. Now, there are times Jordan Love was kind of reckless in college. He's not reckless now. Why? He's getting better coaching. Like sometimes you don't get the college coaching. Sometimes you get much better coaching in the pros. So you can have an issue in college that disappears, right? Like Johnny Manziel looked small in college. I watched his first NFL game. He was even smaller in the pros. That's a problem, right? Like, so does your issue carry over? If it does, that's who you are. So I do think you can win games. I do think he's exciting. I've said the word horsepower 100 times, but the numbers are the numbers. And, timing and rhythm coach, not a timing and rhythm quarterback. Doesn't mean you can't win games. But remember, the Lions and the Packers are in this division. The Lions have the best offensive line, arguably, in the sport, a Super Bowl quarterback, weapons everywhere. And the Packers are the youngest offense. And over the last 3 or 4 weeks, they're getting better fast. So that to me is not fine and relax. Those are not the two words I would use. Fine and relax. Right? Like if you spend, let's say you spend $100,000 to upgrade your kitchen and you come in and you look at it, it shouldn't be fine. If I spend $100,000 for my kitchen, I should be like, sweet, this is awesome. So, I mean, the coach, the schedule, the O-line upgrades, and I've been saying this, I think the Bears' offensive talent's good. DJ Moore's good. You see that catch, that 100 this weekend? Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift. Rome Odunze is a good player. I will say Caleb's not getting sacked as much, and he has developed a real relationship with Rome Odunze. Those are the two things I really like. He and Rome Odunze are on the same page. That's important. And he's not getting sacked as much. Really important. There are some positives. And that opening drive on script is good. But, I'm not fine and relaxed is not what I want to hear. Herd hierarchy, Nick Wright, top of hour number 2. So I saw this quote this morning. This would terrify me if I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I've been very pro Jerry, pro Dak this year. Jerry Jones is not happy with the Cowboys' record. He will consider trades to make the team better. Stephen Jones, Charlotte, step in. Get in front of Jerry. So the Cowboys are actually in a really good spot. 4 first-round picks the next 2 years. Highly entertaining this season, but not good. So one of those picks is going to be a top 10. And next year's draft is loaded with what you need in the first round. Great edge rushers and a few corners. So the teams that should be really, really working on trade deadline deals, Rams, they did yesterday and went and got a corner from the Titans. Colts, New England, could they get another pass rusher? Buffalo, Buffalo's pass defense is pretty good. The offense is fine. Could they use another receiver? Could they use a defensive stopper on the interior? So the trade deadline is for specific teams. It's not for the New York Giants, unless you want to move somebody. New York Giants are not going to be a playoff team. Move somebody. Get a pick. If somebody needs an interior defensive lineman, Dexter Lawrence had better days, maybe that's the guy. So, but somebody has to step in front of Jerry. I've said this. Sometimes when you make a trade and you make a deal, you don't look good for 6 months to a year. That's Dallas moving off Micah. That's the Lakers moving off Shaq. The Lakers knew first year and a half, it's not going to look good. We got to get Kobe a partner. They did. But right now, the Cowboys are the 10th best team in the NFC. So just don't get in your way. It's painful. It's ugly. Couldn't be going better. What you need in the first round, the draft has a lot of corners and edge rushers. You don't need a quarterback. 7 teams do. They'll move up. You can move down and turn 2 first-round picks into additional 3, 4, and 5-round picks. So it's really, you're not going to see it till April. Dallas is in a really good spot, just not today. And here's Jerry, on a potential deal before the trade deadline.
If I saw a proposition for us to help this team, no matter what this score was today, then I would look at it on the merits of helping this team. And I'm not trying to be cute, but that's why you'd go get him, is that you'd think it could help your defense. One player away on defense. I think we're not.
Yeah, they're not. But you could be a first-round edge rusher and a first-round corner, and because you moved off Micah, maybe you can find another interior backer, slot corner too, or a safety. So Cowboys now have the quarterback and flexibility and draft picks. That's a great place to be. The Rams yesterday went and got a corner. That's what the Rams should do. The Rams don't have a hole except corner. That's what the trade deadline's for. All right. Game 4. Derek Jeter will be joining us third hour. He was up late. Nick Wright is joining us with Herd Hierarchy, top of next hour. I don't know if you can top last night. The team that wins Game 3 of the World Series wins about 70% of the time. I think it's the same thing in the NBA Finals. Game 3 is kind of a deciding game. Game 3 or Game 5. I think that's a lot to overcome.
Hey, real quick, Colin, you want a little breaking news in the NFL?
Yeah.
Tyler Shook has been named the starter for the Saints against the Rams this week, according to Ian Rappaport. And the line has gone up from 13.5 to 15 in some spots. Does that do anything for you?
I'll take the Rams. I don't like big favorites. I will take the Rams.
Like it.
Nick Wright, Herd Hierarchy next.